25th June 1975. Democracy in India was crushed overnight. Newspapers went blank. Opposition leaders were thrown behind the bars, and an iron curtain of silence fell over the world's largest democracy. But in the shadows, one organization refused to bow: the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh (RSS). Days after the emergency was declared by the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, a political crackdown began on the opposition leaders and parties, resulting in the ban of the RSS and its political wing, the Jana Sangh. And the reason? Because they had something that terrified the establishment: a disciplined, deeply rooted network of lakhs of volunteers or Swayamsevaks spread across every corner of India. With their unmatched capacity to mobilize and organize, they posed a serious threat to Indira Gandhi's authoritarian control. Despite being arrested under draconian laws like MISA, the RSS didn't stop and went underground. Through secret shakhas, coded messaging, and hidden printing presses, it ran a resistance operation that even international media like The Economist called the shock troops of Indian democracy. Also, RSS played significant role during the emergency, like mass satyagraha participation. Over 1 lakh Swayamsevaks quoted arrest during mass satyagraha, making the RSS the largest civil disobedience force opposing the emergency. Organized underground resistance. When top political leaders were jailed, RSS adapted swiftly. Leaders like Dattopant Thengadi and Ravindra Verma operated secret resistance networks across India via the Lok Sangharsh Samiti. Mass civil disobedience participation. Volunteers engaged in strikes, protests, and information dissemination, keeping the idea of democracy alive when Parliament itself had gone silent. Clandestine publication and networking. Despite media censorship, RSS printed and secretly circulated underground literature like Kurukshetra, Satyavani, and Satya Samachar. These were produced in hidden locations using mobile cyclostyle machines. Shakha spirit and cultural resilience. RSS Swayamsevaks introduced yoga, culture sessions, music, wrestling, and bhajans inside prisons, fostering unity and mental resilience. Apart from these efforts, Bala Sahib Deuras, also known as Madhukar Dattatreya Deuras, the third Sar Sangchalak of RSS, wrote multiple letters from the prison praising Indira Gandhi's moves in a strategic attempt to negotiate the lifting of the ban. And yes, some senior leaders signed a document offering conditional cooperation. But on the ground, the resistance was real, massive, and relentless. Today, the same RSS that fought for constitutional freedoms during the emergency continues its silent service to the nation. From rescuing thousands during the Kedarnath floods, to feeding lakhs during Chennai and Kerala floods, from supporting stranded migrants during COVID-19 lockdowns, to running free coaching and healthcare for tribal communities, the RSS operates without fanfare, without headlines. In India's darkest hour, even when the constitution was under siege, the RSS chose resistance. And in every natural disaster since, they have chosen service. From jail cells to flood zones, their mission has remained the same: selfless dedication to Bharat Mata.